Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about more color mixing. Specifically, how to try and stay out of the mud. When we get multiple primaries mixed together, we create mud. In primaries, this is a color wheel. Primaries being blue, yellow, and red. And their complementaries, orange, violet, and green. So the blue and orange are complementaries, green and red are complementaries, violet and yellow are complementaries. Anytime we're moving toward the center, we're reaching neutral, brown, or black. So when you have blue and have some orange mixed in with it, you get the neutral, the brown, the black, the gray. The example is when we mix blue and burnt sienna. Burnt sienna is in the orange-red area on the scale. So that gives us a nice dark. When we look at colors, and we know that mixing red and yellow make orange, blue and yellow make green, red and purple make red and blue make purple, violet. But there's more to it than that. We have groups of colors that are warm and cool. Typically the colors on the color wheel in the green through violet are considered cool. And with the yellow and through red, considered warm. But the individual colors can fall into that as well. For example, you take yellow. You take the pigment code PY3. That is either a Hansa yellow light or lemon yellow. That color has a green bias to it. See on the made a chart here. And if you notice the tint area of the yellow, of the Hansa yellow light, you can see a green cast to it. Likewise in the quinacridone rose, PV19, you can see the blue component. Phthalo blue, green shade, cool, leans green. It has the green bias. Phthalo blue comes in two colors. Two shades. You have the green shade and you have the red shade. If you have a phthalo blue red shade, since phthalo blue itself is cool, the red shade will move it more into this neutral area. So for our yellows, we have a cool Hansa yellow light, warm New Gamboge, and a neutral Hansa yellow medium. On the red, we have quinacridone rose, cool, pyrrole scarlet warm. It leans with a yellow-orange bias. And pyrrole red is a neutral. French ultramarine is warm because it has a red bias. And cobalt blue is a neutral. The bias in the color gives us a bit of a problem when we're mixing. For example, if we take the Hansa yellow, I'm going to put some on my paper here, put it up there in the tape, and I add some water. You can catch the cast to it, the bias, the greenness. So if I take that same yellow and I put it in a mixing area, and I take a warm color, the French ultramarine blue, and I mix with it, the red in the French ultramarine blue is going to clash with the green in the Hansa Yellow, which is the complement of the red. And if I put this color there, the green, it has a darkness to it, a cloudiness, a muddiness, so to speak. But if I take the same Hansa Yellow and I mix it here, and then I bring in the Phthalo Blue, Phthalo Blue Strong. It's going to take a lot more green or yellow to get to my green. I always rinse my brush before going back into the yellow because I don't want to muddy my yellow. And I come in here with this, and we can see how bright and vibrant the green we create there. Nice spring green, lawn green. It's very bright compared to the other one, which is very muddy. The same will hold true if we go to the warm New Gamboge. Get a couple of puddles started a bit. Not have to rinse my brush so many times. It is already warm, so if I take the cool Phthalo Blue green shade, I mix it in with it. Because it is a darker yellow, it's going to give us a darker green. But that green is muddy, subdued, it's neutralized. If I come in with the warm of the French Ultramarine, it's a dark. Oh, that's too much blue. It's hard to see the color. Go above that. There we go. So it's much cleaner. It's a dark green, but it's a nice natural olive. It's not muddied like this one is. Works the same way for violet, to get our violet. If we take our warm red, Pyrrole Scarlet, and we bring in our Phthalo Blue, a little more Phthalo Blue, our purple we get, not that great, Pyrrole Scarlet again, French Ultramarine. It's going to be a dark one. And it is subdued a little bit because we've got the Pyrrole Scarlet with yellow leaning. We have the French Ultramarine Blue with red leaning. So now we have red, red, yellow, blue. So the three make a little more muddied neutral. To remedy that, we go to the cool red of the Quinacridone Rose, and the cool of the Phthalo Blue and we'll get our purple that's nice, bright, and vibrant. So what happens when we mix the neutrals? Make sure my brush is cleaned. Into my Hansa medium. I didn't do the orange in the leaning ones. So I'll do the cobalt blue here. This is a neutral. We get a basic green. Let's take our medium, our neutral, Hansa medium. And let's bring our Pyrrole Scarlet into it, the warm one. I need more yellow, don't I? Warm and warm gives us a nice bright orange. But if I take that cool into it, now we've got the three. Now this is neutral. We have a basic orange. It's nice and vibrant, just darker, because there's not that extra primary competing with it. When we're making our neutrals, our mixes, we're trying to stay with the appropriate bias whatsoever and so forth. And we talked about burnt sienna and ultramarine blue giving us a nice dark. And this is the dark I get from that. It still has a bit of a blue cast to it because it's not a straight, pure comparison. If we wanted to take a straight, pure comparison, we would go blue to an orange. So we'll take a phthalo blue. I have on my palette a transparent Pyrrole orange, and mix this in here. I could use the orange I mixed too, that would work, but add just a touch of the phthalo blue, and I come with this nice dark neutral. For mixing a red and a green, if I take phthalo green and I mix it in with our neutral red. Sorry, got the wrong one. Neutral red. I need more green evidently because this is reddish cast, but it's a nice dark. We can see the tint to these. We can tint them out and show the darkness and the grayness to them. And you can get neutrals mixing that way. Just take your palette, experiment with it, play with it. Do the test where we thin out and get a tint from our color so that we can see what the bias leans to, so that we can find which ones of our colors are cool and which ones are warm and which ones are neutral. If we know that with our palette, and if we try to focus on the pigment codes, the PY3 or the PG29 or PB29, or even the PG for a convenience green, if we focus on those, we won't get caught up on the names of the pigment, and we'll be able to utilize our knowledge of the bias or lean of a given pigment to be able to get mixes that are vibrant and bright and not muddy. So take your palette, explore, make a mess, make some mud, have fun with it, and be sure that you like, subscribe, and see us again next time. Thank you for watching.